Hello everyone, my name is Brett Freeman, I'm Principal at Working College. I want to send you a video to tell you about the arrangements we have for enrolment and teaching as the term progresses. Clearly we need to give you reassurance as to the steps we're taking. But overall, of course, we want to maximise learning over the next year, 2 years, whilst taking reasonable steps in respect to student health. So at advanced level especially, every lesson is important. Every lesson has lots of content to get through. We need to get through all these things. And we took the view that, following government advice and what we know about learning and teaching, our experience over the last few months, getting all the students back into college, not only maximised learning for the students, but also made life possible for our teachers in terms of managing to communicate all key messages to both year groups. Enrolment happens from the 25th of August. All applicants will have received information about that. What we're doing with enrolment is we're making it more spread out with smaller groups coming in. We're also spreading the enrolment around the colleges. It normally happens in quite a small space, but now we're using lots of large spaces in order to spread everyone out. But in order to minimise the number of people, unless there's an overriding reason, we'd rather parents and carers either wait outside or don't even travel with the students to the college, because we just want to avoid congestion as much as we possibly can. And then student induction and letting students know about all the systems and getting them fully integrated into college life, that happens from the 4th of September. So as I said just now, our timetabling will be as normal timetable in order to maximise learning. We didn't think it was the best way forward in having students at home and at college sometimes. If we want our students to excel, we need to have them in front of teachers and we need to have them getting the best guidance possible. Clearly our classroom layouts will be changing in some circumstances in order to maximise the amount of space. But what we are doing, the small adjustments we're making is that one of our year groups will be starting lessons at the start and finishing 10 minutes early, and the other year group will be starting lessons 10 minutes in and finishing on time in order to make sure that our corridors aren't congested. We're not going to have any corridor waiting outside of classrooms, so everything will be run efficiently and smoothly with the minimum of congestions in the public spaces. Of course, there's lots of sanitizers in corridors and in classrooms and wipes for keyboards in between lessons, so all that will be happening to keep things as clean as possible. In between lessons, there's one-way systems in the corridors, again, in order to minimise sort of face-to-face contact in those situations. Our private study space is a bit spread out according to government guidelines, but what we've also done with private study spaces, social spaces, canteen spaces, we've managed to get the use of the community centre, which is 50 or so yards from the front of the college. So we're doubling our social space, we're doubling our canteen space, and we're doubling our private study spaces, and they'll be divided by year group. Again, as you can see, we're taking every step we can in order to maximise the possibility of having all students on site at all times. A little bit more about cleaning and sanitizing. Clearly we're doing additional deep cleans this summer. There's additional cleaning each evening. Keyboard and classroom spaces, of course, between lessons. The LRC, lots of spacing between computers and the LRC. And then in terms of masks, the government have said you don't need to wear masks, so we don't need to wear masks. Some staff may wear visors. If students want to wear masks, we've got no problem with that. But do remember that on public transport it is obligatory to wear masks now. So looking to the future, clearly we all hope this eases very soon, but even if there is a second wave, we are well practiced in delivering online learning, and I'm very confident that given all we've learned over the last 5 months, that should things take a turn for the worse in terms of the pandemic, we'll be able to deal with that situation very effectively. It is important to say, however, that anyone who's ill, staff, students, they really shouldn't attend under any circumstances. Any isolating staff, if that should happen, will be able to deliver from home using the technology we've put in place. Support will be available, of course, at home if students are ill, and they'll get at least weekly contact from each of their teachers. So again, I do hope that offers you some reassurance in terms of both the health steps we're taking and in terms of the ongoing efficient use of our resources, so that all students can continue learning, all our teachers can continue teaching, and you are reassured about how we're going to handle things. So finally, of course, if you have any questions, you really shouldn't hesitate to get in touch. and a few weeks left before we start, but so I hope you do enjoy the rest of the summer, and I look forward to seeing so many of you in the new term. Thank you very much for listening.